What's going on, guys? My name is Dave Higgins. Welcome to Sandbox Xplorer. Alright, it is July. It's time for the July news and releases video, so I'm going to get into it. Some of the games that are coming out I'm really interested in. Some of them not so much, but you might be, so I'm going to mention them. And, you know, some news has come up since last video, and it's worth noting. So let's get into it. I noticed after the Tough Mudder that I felt absolutely horrible for like a day and a half. I felt like hungover 2 days later, and I hadn't had a beer in a day and a half. So I don't, I think I might possibly be sick, and maybe you can tell if you've been watching my videos. I think I sound different right now. I feel different. I feel kind of run down. So I'm going to try to be peppy and chipper, but I'm not feeling so fantastic. But yeah, just letting you know that. All right, the first bit of information is from the end of last month, but you know, like I said, since the last video, haven't talked about it, so talking about it now. The Pokemon developers have basically just doubled down on deciding to exclude however many Pokemon they have excluded from the National Pokedex. Well, from the Pokedex, because there isn't a National Pokedex, basically. That's kind of disappointing to hear. It would be nice if we heard them say that they may include them at a later date. They implied before that they aren't against that idea, but they don't really seem to be pushing for it. So, kind of butthurt about that, honestly. I want every Pokemon in the game. I said this before, but I'd rather wait another year for a game to come out. I don't need one to come out every single year because I'm going to play it for a long time, especially if it's made really well. I don't feel like Pokemon's been a cash grab franchise. Sometimes, maybe a little bit, I guess, but overall I feel like it's been pretty true to the fans, and they've actually released quality games. But I'm open to the idea of releasing multiple, of waiting for games to come out for multiple years, rather. They tried that with Assassin's Creed after it started to really get popular. They started to do like a yearly Assassin's Creed, and it was mostly good, but kind of had, you could tell that they were trying to release one every year instead of just releasing it when it was ready. So just some food for thought, hopes and dreams about Pokemon. Still, I'm sure that it's going to be a great game. I've talked about this extensively in my other videos, so you know, you can check those ones out, and you know, I'm looking forward to it. But anyways, Red Faction Remastered came out on July 2nd, and I never played that. I remember hearing about it back in the day. Was it 2009? I think it was 10 years ago. I heard about it, and I almost played it, but I never picked it up. You know, it just fell off my radar. I've looked online, people talking about it, and they said that it seems like it's a good port. It doesn't seem like it's choppy or bad. So I'm going to look into it a little bit, and I'm probably going to pick it up because it's like a third-person like action. To me, it appears to be kind of like Saints Row. I like the Saints Row game on the Switch. I like the port. I think it was well done, and I feel like it's probably going to be similar to that, except for you're on Mars. And I know it's... Well, actually, I don't really know too much about the game, but I know that it's been well liked by people for a long time. That's why it's on the Switch now. So check that out. It just released on July 2nd. Now, this next one's not like new. It's been rumored and speculated on for months. It's been gaining a lot more momentum in the past couple of weeks, though, because someone supposedly got an email about the cases for it and other potential leaks that people have accidentally let out about the Nintendo Switch Mini. I don't know if it's gonna actually be a thing. I feel like logically it makes sense for them to release something like that, along with probably an enhanced version of the Switch as well. I don't want to put too much into this because it's just totally speculation. These emails and leaks that people are talking about online could be real, or they could be totally fake. I don't know, but it's possible. So if you're someone who doesn't have a Switch yet, then if they do release a Mini soon, it's probably going to be cheaper than the regular Switch, and you know, it'll be more affordable for people like that. So that'd be good news for them. I'm not going to get too much into it. That's really all you can say about it so far. So, you know, who knows? That could be something that could be announced soon. Nintendo also talked about adding more than just NES games to Nintendo Switch Online service. That's been talked about as well for a while, but we might hear something this month about them launching maybe possibly an N64 or GameCube Classic. I don't know. I honestly don't really think so, but you never know, and I heard about that possibly being a thing as well, so just reporting on what I heard, and yeah. I'd honestly prefer us to get like an N64 or GameCube service on the Switch than get an N64 Classic or a GameCube Classic, just because I'd rather have it all in one place. Even if it's just streaming, I don't know, but you know, I don't know. The Stranger Things 3 game releases on July 4th alongside the new season of Stranger Things, which I'm personally really excited about. I loved the show since the first season, and the second season I also loved. So, you know, I'm hoping that the third one's great too. I feel like it'd be hard to mess it up, but I don't know. A lot of y'all probably saw Game of Thrones, and they kind of messed that up at the end. But, you know, I don't expect the same thing. I don't really have as high of an expectation about it either, so I guess I have less to fall on. But, you know, this game, though, that's coming out is like a beat-em-up action arcade kind of style game, and it supposedly is going to tie into the season and accentuate it, add to it, or at least go along with it. So that's pretty cool that you can download that the same day of the season coming out and play it along with the show, because, you know, I don't know, that sounds like fun to me. For all you basketball fans out there, NBA 2K20 has a release date now. It's September 6th of this year. There's a standard, a digital deluxe edition, and a Legends edition coming out. Obviously, the digital deluxe edition is the only one that's just digital. You can buy the other two physical or digital, and they all have different things on them that, you know, depending on how much you want to spend on it, what you want in it, how much it means to you, you go for that one. The standard edition has Anthony Davis on the cover, while the Legend edition has Dwayne Wade on it. I'm not really familiar with basketball that much. I don't really follow it. I kind of get into it sometimes. I don't really know that many people. I've heard those names, but I'm not super knowledgeable, so, you know, I apologize if I offend you by not knowing that much, but, you know, if you're into basketball, then that's what's up. I'm personally just going to enjoy my $3 download of NBA 2K19 whenever I want to play a basketball game, because I like basketball games. Haven't gotten too much into watching it, but started to, in the past couple of years, be more interested in it. So maybe at some point I'll be buying, you know, an actual full-price basketball game. I don't know. But for all you who are into it now, it comes out September 6th. But really what this was about was the fact that they're on the covers and they've announced the release date, because this is July. Nintendo is releasing another free-to-play mobile game on July 10th. It's Dr. Mario World. You know, if you've ever played a Dr. Mario game, then it's pretty much that. It's like kind of Tetris-y, Tetris-esque. They actually have like a multiplayer version of it in the game, or a multiplayer option to play in the game on the phone. You can link it to your Facebook so you can find your friends that way and whatnot. And, you know, it's free to play, but there's probably going to be in-app purchases. There's definitely going to be in-app purchases. That's how they're going to make money off of it. But I'm going to check it out. I play Animal Crossing Pocket Camp daily, multiple times a day. I keep up with things. I try to get as many of the things as I can. So while I'm not as passionate about Dr. Mario as I am about Animal Crossing, I'm definitely going to check it out. So that comes out in a little bit, about a week from the time of this filming. So look into that if you're interested. It's free, so check it out. There's a game that was just announced coming out called Jet Cave by 7 Levels. Now, we don't know too many details about the game right now. We're going to have a full reveal on July 11th, but basically what it seems to be is your cave, a caveman, who's been banished by your tribe, and then aliens invade and you find a jetpack, and you have to use that jetpack to defeat the aliens and find your way back into the tribe. So, you know, it's like a 2D side-scrolling platformer game, or a 2.5D side-scrolling platformer game. It looks pretty fun. I'm interested in it, so we'll probably get a release date when they have a full reveal of the game. I'm sure it's gonna not be this month, but who knows? Maybe it'll come out and they've been working on it for a while and it's just a surprise. I don't know, but check it out. It looks like it's pretty interesting. I'm probably going to be getting that whenever they're going to come out with it. It seems good. On July 12th, there's actually 2 games coming out. One of them I'm not super interested in, but I know a lot of people are. It's like a hack and slash, like action RPG kind of game. I'm usually into those kind of games, but this one doesn't really appeal to me too much. But it came out earlier in the year for other systems, and God Eater 3 is coming out for the Switch. I know there's a lot of people who are very excited about the game, and I'm saying this for anyone who would be interested in it, because like I said, I'm not, but it's made by Namco, Bandai Namco, and they make good games, so if you're into that stuff, check it out, July 12th. The other game coming out on the 12th is Dragon Quest Builders 2. I didn't play the first one, but Wood at Beat 'em Ups talks about that game often, and he's really piqued my interest into checking it out. I didn't get the first one, but I did download the demo for the second one today, as a matter of fact, because I remember they announced that that was out, and I haven't gotten around to it because I was playing some other games, but I just beat American Fugitive today. I'm going to do a video on that as well. that game is really fun. I love that game a lot. It's really good. But I'll get to that one on a video hopefully this week. But anyways, Dragon Quest Builders 2 looks really fun. Basically, it seems like if you took Minecraft and, you know, Dragon Quest elements, like basically the skin of the game, but turned it into Minecraft, but had like actual missions and stuff to do. And I'm sure more of you know more about it than I do at this point, but I'll catch up to speed on it, don't worry. I'm probably gonna pick that up when it comes out. I'm definitely gonna play the demo, and I'm sure I'm gonna fall in love with it because it looks really a lot of fun. I think I just messed up saying some words there, but whatever, you get it. Side note, if you took advantage of that voucher where you spend $100 but you get like $120 worth of credit essentially to games, you can use that for Dragon Quest Builders 2. I'm probably gonna do that because I haven't used mine yet, because I haven't had any games really that are full price that I wanted to get yet since I bought that. And I would have used it on Animal Crossing and The Witcher if it was available for pre-purchase, but it's not yet, so I'll do that at a later date. But Dragon Quest Builders is probably going to get my first voucher use. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, it's not coming out this month, unfortunately, but September is not too far off, and that's when it comes out. I noticed today when I was looking around that there's actually a Dreamers edition that if you buy that, it comes with an art book, and that's really cool. It's only $10 more than the regular edition of the game. It's physical only. I kind of wish that you could buy it digital and they'd ship you the book or something. Or I really wish they would do, I've talked about this before, I wish they would implement the digital download in a case that you can buy in store, because I really want the cases for games, but I'm really into having digital games on my Switch now because it's just everything all in one to go all the time. I never have to like switch anything out. I'm not like that with my other systems, and I wasn't at first with the Switch, but now I am. And I'd really like to get the digital edition, the case, and the art book. So I'm gonna have to do some figuring out about that, because I really want to get a hold of that, because I really think the art of this game looks really interesting and I want it. So look into that. You get some time left to pre-order it, but it's a thing. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is coming out. It's July 19th. It's almost here. A few more weeks and you get to play that finally. It looks really good. I can't wait to play it. That might be the second game that gets my voucher, as a matter of fact. It's probably going to be Dragon Quest Builders 2 and Ultimate Alliance 3, because those look really good and I want them. So yeah, I'm going to also probably release a video on that game, both of them, whichever ones I get, I'll talk about them for sure. Don't worry about it. But that one's coming out the 19th. Check it out. All you Harvest Moon fans out there, if you remember back on the Game Boy Advance, there was Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town. I didn't get that game. I almost got that game. I forget what I got over it. But again, that was just off my radar. I almost got that. However, I'm probably gonna get it now because they're releasing it in October. It's gonna be a remake of that game, but for the Switch with updated graphics and everything. So the art kind of reminded me a little bit from what I saw of the Link's Awakening art, but like not the same, but kind of similar in a way. I mean, it's like that anyways because it's Harvest Moon, but if you see it, you'll know what I mean. As a matter of fact, you probably already saw it because I probably already put a screenshot of it. And if I haven't, then here it is. But yeah, that's coming out in a few months as well. October is not too far off either, so check that out, and if you're interested, grab it. And then July 26th, if you got that voucher pass that I mentioned before, you may want to spend some of that on the 26th, because there's 3 games coming out that day. They all look good. Some of them look more interesting to me than others, but I feel like there's a lot of people who are going to be interested in all 3 of the games. The first one that I'm going to mention is Remothered Tormented Fathers. It was already out on the other consoles like last year, but it's coming to the Switch now. So if you haven't played it yet and you're into horror, then that's coming out that day. I know that a lot of people like that game. I haven't gotten it myself, but I might check it out because I like horror stuff, if you couldn't tell. So that's coming out that day. Another one of the 3 games coming out that day is Fire Emblem Three Houses. That game, it looks really cool. I have maybe said before, I think, that I wasn't really into Fire Emblem, but like the idea of it is cool. Like, it's, again, right off my radar. I got the one on the 3DS and it was weird that they didn't have feet, but I played it for a bit and it was pretty cool. And I played them a lot in Super Smash Bros. Because there's like 7 characters from it on there, but this one looks really cool. I like the concept of it. I'm probably gonna pick it up and check it out. Maybe not right away because I'm not like huge into it, but I know there's a lot of people that love that series, so that's coming out in just a few weeks as well. So you can pick that one up and play the hell out of it. And then the third game coming out that day is Wolfenstein Youngblood. That game looks badass. Once again, I almost got the first game. I just did get it because it was on sale. I don't think it's on sale anymore. It was on sale for 30 bucks, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna grab that for half off for sure, because I know that it's a great game. I've read about it. I haven't read too much because I want to find out for myself, but I've read into it and it made me want to get the game. So I'm gonna play that one this month and go get through it before the game comes out, because I am definitely interested in Youngblood. They showed some gameplay on that. I forget if Nintendo showed gameplay at E3 or if someone else showed gameplay from it, but maybe it was Bethesda. I know Bethesda and their mostly terrible presentation at least showed us some Wolfenstein cinematics. But yeah, no, that looks like it's gonna be awesome. That's coming out on the 26th as well, so for sure check that out. I'm sure that a lot of you are gonna be spending money on that. I wish that I could include some Animal Crossing news in this video because, as you know, I love Animal Crossing. I'm sure we're gonna find out more. We know a little bit about it, like Mr. Rossetti is not gonna, well, he's gonna be in the game. He's not gonna be yelling at you as the reset mole, basically, because he lost his job because autosave. I forget if I've mentioned this yet. I'm making an Animal Crossing video currently. I already filmed it. I haven't edited it. It's going to be a pretty big video with a lot in it. So I'm mentioning some of these things now that may be in that, may not be in that. I probably are. I may have talked about it before. I don't remember. But I'm going to talk about it now, I guess. Yeah, Mr. Rossetti is going to be in it in some way. I hope he's yelling at us. What else do we know? Nook Phone, Tom Nook, he's a guy. He's going to be in it. I think he's going to be open 24 hours to be able to do whatever you want in his little tent, like crafting and stuff. I think that's pretty fair because it would kind of suck if you just couldn't craft from like the hours of like 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. or something like that. So that's a good move on their part, developing to have him open all the time, be able to go in there. Supposedly the island is like your island and you can move wherever you want on the island, maybe move around to different places on it. I mentioned that crafting is in it. Crafting's a new addition to the game. It's not the game. Some people seem to think it's the game. It's part of the game. They're implementing that aspect from Pocket Camp into it, which I think is cool because I think I mentioned this in my other Animal Crossing video that hasn't released yet, so look forward to that. If you're into Animal Crossing or you want to know about it, look forward to that. I'm looking forward to releasing it. In theory, you'll be able to get all of your tools on the first day, which is huge because you can only get like 1 or 2 depending on what's available, like a net and a watering can, or if you can happen to get a fishing rod and a net or a shovel, one or 2 of those, you can't even get all 3 the first day unless you get the hookup like me when I already have the game and someone else gets it and I can just get you whatever you want right away and start you off in a way that I never get. But you should be able to actually get that this time, which is awesome. So that's newsworthy to me, so I'm including it in this. But I will definitely release Animal Crossing news specific videos if there is enough information released on it and any particular day, or if there's at least some over the course of time that's released. I'll compile it all together and I'll provide you with that information because I'm very passionate about it, and I'll pass it along to you. I'll make sure I get that information to you all the way up till the release date, and then I'll talk about Animal Crossing and play it for forever. But anyways, well, that's the end of my video. Hopefully there is news that you haven't heard about that may have piqued your interest. You learned something new today, maybe. Maybe you found out about a game that you want to get. I did. That's why some of this is in here today. So yeah, thank you for watching. Click the like button if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you want to hear more from me, more news in the future, more about Animal Crossing that I talked about, and more about anything else that's related to Switch, and maybe other stuff too, sometimes other stuff, but mostly Switch. And hit the little bell because then it'll tell you, bing, here's a new video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.